Alright, welcome back to another video. It's been, again, a long time. I feel like this is my classic opener for any video now, but many things happened in between. I just got back from Amsterdam, went to the Plastic Pushes 4 premiere, where I had the honor to contribute a whole section to it. And seeing it for the first time in a premiere in the movie theater was kind of unreal. I haven't experienced that in a long time, and it was such a good evening. And again, great movie. I'm gonna link it in the description and also up here for you to enjoy as well, right after this video, obviously. Let me just say thank you to Kevin for putting this all together, for organizing everything, and for, well, getting together such an incredible piece, and also giving me the opportunity to have a full section that we filmed in 11 days only. I don't know if that's possible with any filmer out there. Like, Kevin has that drive, I guess. But yeah, fun process in filming this one. Very proud of the outcome. Open it in a second tab or watch it after this. But it's a good watch, 1 hour runtime, like a full length movie again. About right now, I figured it would be a nice time to make another video again, especially because my pro skates just dropped very recently. And ever since that, I have kind of slowed down with vlogging, but that's not related to each other. It's basically just because weather has been slowing us down right here. Like, it has been snowing a lot. It was really cold for a long time. Today it's surprisingly warm again. So I figured I'd give this setup another shot right here. My setup of the day. It's the Zoom boot that I modified to put on a sole plate. Old V2 worn down sole plate. The Wizard Advanced frame with the 80mm wheels in the middle and the 100s on the outside. And just to show you that the liner works with pretty much any skates, this is my pro liner in here, as you can see from the front. Personally, I really like this color combination, even though it's like very weird, like just to see like that. But yeah, very much enjoy this combo right here. So originally I planned to go to a different skate park, wanted to up my game in toe and heel presses. I've been watching a lot of skiing videos lately, so I figured like the whole presses thing could be more integrated into wizard skating and just in skating itself without like overdoing it. And also I haven't gotten the chance to skate much lately, so I figured like, yes, this would be a nice way to just enjoy myself rolling around and try a couple new things. But as it turns out, the first skate park was literally unskateable. It was like gravel everywhere. What the fuck is that? I mean, you gotta be kidding me, right? So I switched locations to a park that is in slightly better condition. It's not perfect, but it's doable. So the street section is still kind of wet. There's no gravel. Like, why would you even put gravel in a skate park? I don't get it. The mini ramp is unskateable. It's full of snow. But then again, anyone that has ever tried skating wizards in a skate park knows that banks are your friends and quarters are your enemies. Like, it's the worst thing to skate, transitions with wizard setup. So right now I'm just gonna put on the skates and get warmed up, trying to get into that flow again. Just to give you a sense of how it's looking right now, this is still the mini ramp. It's not gonna be better by this session. I didn't expect that. So I've been skating for now, I think 30 minutes or something, and I wanted to quit like every other minute basically, because first, I'm so out of practice. It feels like your very first time ice skating, especially on the wizard skates, but with that extra bit of embarrassment because I'm actually skating pro model with my name on. shouldn't feel like the very first time, I guess. But I just tried getting into it. It seems like only one mani pad is actually skatable for today, and that is also not the best one. So it has kind of like dimples in there and stuff, so it's a bit more raw, but I think that might actually help, so I can get like used to balancing out just uneven surfaces and stuff. So I tried getting into the heel presses and toe presses at first. They worked very well. That is the thing with the advanced frames, like you have such a big wheelbase on the outer sides that you can like actually stand on a big surface. It needs more pressure applied than when you have like a short frame setup, like with your regular aggressive setup or just the PR90s PR80s for example. But if you reach that point, it's way easier to balance and to play around with that. So first thing I noticed, so I'm trying to find all of my flaws right now to like work on it. The first flaw I noticed is I always spin out to the same side, and it actually turns out spinning out the other way is way harder than I thought it would be, because it requires you to get different feet positioning. So like you want to have your feet as close together and like and the same length as possible, but it eventually happens that like one foot goes in front of the other, and that's what happens for me. So if I do forward toe press, for example, so like I'm standing on my front two wheels, usually my right foot at one point gets in front of the left foot just slightly, but that's enough to block me from spinning to the right. That's why I always spin to the left. So I tried getting that in first. That took a couple tries. It felt so much more awkward than I thought it would, but well, good feeling to have that out of the way, see that it's actually possible. So after that I figured I might actually try to see what kind of combinations I can do. Then also with the short mani pad you have the options of like different versions of hopping on and like hopping off. And what I quickly noticed is like in any way, I think the easiest of all of these tricks is the zero toe press, even if it doesn't seem that easy at first. But since you have your ankle to like kind of like counteract some of the uneven grounds, or like just the impact if you jump too high or if you drop down, for example, that helps so much. Like it can get like very close to bottom as you're like just touching the ground with all the wheels, but there's just room for to try out, and you can like kind of use your knees with that too. When it comes to the heel presses, you always have your knees fully extended, so that kind of is like really hard. If you already have like fully extended knees and then drop down on that, you feel that impact all up into your spine. But it's not too bad, like it's a tiny drop, but still like you can feel it all the way up, and it takes way more power and like determination to actually keep that heel press. And then there's also the factor of it being scary, that you don't want to fall back. Hasn't happened to me yet. I'm hoping it will never, but I'm just pointing it out. And then also what I try to figure out is I am very fascinated by the concept of fakie heel presses, because they kind of defy everything that seems logical to me. So whenever I get to land somewhere a fakie heel press, it feels amazing. But just the whole thing about it is like I've never tried it with spinning on, and I think the hardest thing about it is like actually just going straight backwards, like no rotations, no speed wobbles, no zoning off to the side. And so that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to figure out if that actually works, and for that matter I have no idea if it's actually possible or no, but I think that might actually help. So let's get into it. one other thing I noticed, and this might seem obvious to many, but especially with the long wheelbase, you have options of like doing the, I don't want to say it, but the nollie onto a spot, or like to just do like toes first if you jump up, or like heel first. And I think that is actually a very interesting approach. I am fairly sure I saw Mike Torres do stuff like that already. Well, he probably has. I can't recollect what edit, but trying to work that in here too. Today's session ended up being way more productive than I thought it would in the first place. I wanted to call it a day multiple times even before getting on the skates because, well, first skate park being all wet and full of gravel, this one being wet and full of snow as well. But it paid out to just go through with it. Even though I only skated literally the smallest spot in the skate park, it ended up being so much fun, and I could learn so many new things and just so many ideas that came along the way. So I didn't really know where to go with this video today, but it seems like toe and heel presses are like very, well, it doesn't seem like it, they are very new to me, and I haven't really experimented with it a lot yet. And so you can see like how my learning process is going with this video, but I'm also trying to like get more into it so I could actually someday apply it to street skating as well, and just have more possibilities. And also I'm gonna leave the link for a couple of Instagram channels in the description, because there's many people out there that are already very much in practice with these kind of things, and they just take this all to a very new level. It's definitely worth checking these out. And I'm gonna also leave the link for the Power Slide Skate Shop, where you can buy my Pro Skate or the Pro Liner and support me directly. Thank you everyone who has already supported me and bought the skates. It's very much appreciated. And also the people that sent me pictures or videos with the setup or how they skate the skates. It's amazing to see this. It's unreal, honestly. And yes, I'm trying to express my gratitude with this. Also, shout out to Spirit of 76 Socks. They sent me out a big care package with a bunch of nice knee-high and like ankle-high socks. Amazing for skating. This is a pair I'm gonna use after skating now, because always bring a spare pair of socks. It will change your life. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed recording another one. And let me know what you thought about this. If you have any ideas for new tricks, especially in this area, leave it in the comments below. Any feedback is appreciated, and tune in for next time. Keep skating.